Hello guys, welcome to another YouTube video, and if this is your first time here, welcome to my YouTube video blog. My name is Manuel. Today's video was an inspiration from a tweet I came across talking about this guy that just installed Windows Terminal and he needed some reference on how it's going to customize his Windows Terminal. So I just decided to make this little video about it, and I hope you enjoy it. So the first thing you want to do is head over to the MS Store, the Microsoft Store, and search out Windows Terminal. Install Windows Terminal, and as you can see, Windows Terminal is a command utility tool, just like the Windows command prompt. But in this case, we have extra functionalities. I already installed the Windows Terminal, so there's no need for me going through the download process and thereafter. So I'll just go and launch it. So right here is my Windows Terminal already installed. And one thing I want you to take note is you might not see anything like this. Okay, this is just a fine text I generated by myself. It doesn't even have to do with the Windows Terminal of it. So you should just see a blank screen and your prompt by the left here that shows the working directory, just like a typical command line tool. So like I said, the Windows Terminal is very similar to command prompts, and the big difference is this one has some GUI ads, and this other one is basically a bit old. Okay, and one other difference we are going to look at is the ability to contain more tabs. Okay, so I can have the PowerShell at one tab, and I can also have the command prompt another tab. Okay, so and also we can also open the settings. Boom. So we have the command shell, the Windows PowerShell. You have PowerShell on one tab, and the command prompt on another tab, and also our powerful settings on the last one. So I'm going to maximize, and as you can see, we have so much functionalities. So the first one here shows our default profile, and this default profile actually talks about what shell would you like to spawn open when Windows Terminal comes on. So I'm more of a command prompt person than the Windows PowerShell. So that's why I chose the command prompt. So it should be command prompt here by default also on your newly installed Windows Terminal application. So this other one talks about how it's launched. If you want Windows Terminal to come on when you launch on, and when you just open, when you just start up your computer, I don't think that is necessary. So this shows if it's going to be on a default mode, if it's open, maximized, or full screen, or focused, or I don't think any of these two is also very, very necessary. You can customize your size, the size of your window screen when it comes open, maybe in 120 by 30. I also don't think that's very necessary. I have the, I think, let me show you. I have this key over here. I can just drag open, drag back, blah, blah, blah. So I don't think that's very necessary. Also, so next we have our appearance. Let's look at interaction. Well, interaction here looks a bit somehow. Well, you should just play along with it and make sure you don't fuck up your Windows Terminal newly installed application. So, but it's not very necessary. We are going to talking about customizing this. So the first one to come over here is your appearance, and as you can see, appearance talks about the first thing here is the theme. That's either light theme, yeah, and we're going to save it. Remember, anything you do on the Windows Terminal, you have to come over here to save, because it does not save automatically. Whoa, I don't like this light theme. Okay, so I'm going to go back to dark or use my Windows theme. Yeah, so every other one isn't very necessary when it comes to customizing. So hereafter we also have our colors, but we'll come back to these. Okay, come back to these, and we'll go specifically to our profiles. Okay, so assuming you want to customize the command prompt tab, first you want to do is go over to the command prompt profile, and here we have extra customizations to do. As our name, we can change it to terminal. I want to change this terminal, and I'll save it. Then we can close this up and open a new one. As you can see, it's now terminal instead of command prompt. So we now have terminal. Yeah, and that's what's happened here. This command line is, I don't think it's necessary. Okay, this is what it actually executes to open this part. So I don't want to go through the process of explaining these, but you don't need these because these are default parameters. So next is the icon, and this icon shows this little picture here, like this image beside the terminal word up here. So you can just add your own, and it will just fit right there. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that because it's not necessary. So next one to go to is the appearance, and that's one very interesting part of the Windows terminal. So I want to change it to Tango Dark, and let's see what it looks like. I'm going to save it first and come over here, and wow, there's a little difference. Let's have some more improvements. Solarized dark. Nice. Improvement everywhere. Well, I think I'm going to leave the solarized dark. I like it. So this is font face, and as for the font face, if you notice there's no drop down menu that allows you to select as many fonts you want. So the first you want to do when it comes to fonts is selecting the type of font you want. Okay, you could maybe make a Google search of fonts, but also you should make sure that the fonts you see on Google is installed on your computer. So if you want to visualize the list of fonts installed on your computer, you could just go over to your settings, and then you search font settings. So here we have fonts, and these are the various fonts installed on my computer. I think I like freestyle script. Let's check out how freestyle script looks like. And freestyle scripts, I'm going to save it, and here this is the new font we have selected. So as you can see, freestyle scripts is here. We can also use this Gadugi or Franklin Gothic book. This is a very popular font, but I'm going to stick to my normal font. Oh my god, I just forgot what font was there. But I'll figure it out. So while I figure it out, I would like to use Arial FB. I think this is a very popular font. So this one shows your font size, the font weight. It's going to be bold, or it's going to be thin, or it's going to be light. And this retro terminal effect shows glowing text as while you use but I don't think it's going to be very visible now. While you use it, you definitely see some difference in maybe running one or two codes or so on your terminal. So this other one shows the type of cursor you like to use. If it's underscore, we'll save it and let's check how it looks like. So it's now the underscore. If you want to use the empty box, come over here, select empty box, save it, and go back and the empty box. I like my normal bar, so I'll just go back to bar. I'm cool with that. So the next thing we want to do now is go over to background image, and that's one interesting part. We can select either our desktop wallpaper, save it, come over here, and wow. So this is my desktop and this is my terminal. Desktop, terminal. And don't mind this scatter text here. Arial FB doesn't actually display it a way I would like it to display. So the area FB font destroyed the prefine text of the above. I'll figure it out. So these other ones are the background image. Okay, yeah, we haven't finished talking about the background image. So you can also browse the type of image you like to use. And let us select this Spider-Man JPG file. I'm going to open it and save it also. As you can see, we have the Spider-Man background image here. By the way, we have our alignments. I'll save this and you see it comes a little to the left. Okay, I don't think there's any specific difference here because it's full. Okay, so there shouldn't be any specific difference when it comes to your background image alignments. I'm just going to use the center. I think I'm good with that. What else we like to look at? Our Windows padding. Set the padding text within the window. Yeah. Remember, this is the default is 8. If you are changing it, do not forget that the default padding is 8. Note. So let's check it what it does. Let's put in our padding 100. We'll save it and we'll see what it looks like. Wow, it just brought out the text and fit it to the center. Looks good. So I'm just going to take it back to 8. I'm happy with that at 8. Don't forget it is 8. So remember this is specifically for the Windows command prompts profile. None of these we have done here has affected PowerShell. Okay, and it also did not affect the Ubuntu WSL installed, the subsystem for Linux installed, the Cloud Shell, and what have you. It's just affecting the Windows command prompt. So I think that's all for the Windows command prompt. And when it comes to PowerShell, it's pretty much the same stuff. You just do there, change the name, the appearance, color scheme, and yeah. So this is the font face that was there previously, and we'll just go back to our command prompt profile and select, place it there, save it up, and boom, we have our original fonts. And meanwhile, the change of colors happening here is not as a result of the Windows terminal. Like I said, the change of colors, this fine text, and the automatic prompts here all happens from the Windows command prompt. As you can see, the Windows PowerShell does not change color when I clear screen. Oh, with that said, also you can customize the Ubuntu WSL installed. As you can see, this is WSL Ubuntu on Windows. You can also customize the appearance of it and what so have you. So as well. So for those that don't know what this is maybe a shell where you can connect to your Azure through SSH and also have it. So you can also add new profiles, and when you add new profile, the command line should be the executable where the profile, or if it is PowerShell, use PowerShell. If it is Ubuntu, use whatever comes in here for Ubuntu. So since we already have that for command terminal, since we already have the profile for command prompt Ubuntu, we want to create a new profile for AWS Cloud Shell. I don't think it's necessary, so we just delete this profile. So we already have just 4 profiles, but on yours you might see 3 if you don't have the Ubuntu installed. So that's pretty much how the whole thing goes. And rendering, I don't think you are going to be needed this. And these are the shortcuts for this Windows terminal application. we've pretty much gone around. Oh yeah, one more thing before I end this video is the JSON file. Okay, so as you can see, many of these things are pretty much lined up a very in a GUI form where you can just tick, tag, and do the whole thing. But in reality, it saves to a JSON file, and this is the JSON file here. So this JSON file is where everything is. As you can see, as for the PowerShell, this is the background image for it. This is the background image and where it's saved. This is the color scheme we used, and what have you, our font face. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary editing stuff from here when we already have it here. Yeah, I don't think it is necessary. So to remove the background image, like I said, you just come over here and select off, clear it off, save it, and there's no background image. It's just the theme. I think this is beautiful, very, very beautiful. So, like I said, you should avoid this part. Except you're a geek and you want to just play around with it, but make sure you avoid this part, because one mess here and the whole Windows terminal is fucked up. So that is that for that on this video. So I would like to show you one more thing in case you mess up the whole deal. So you can just come over, you want to reset the Windows terminal. You can just come over here, right click and app settings. From the settings, you come over to reset. This will change it or bring it back to how it was originally installed if you maybe fuck one or two things up during the whole process of customizing your terminal. So with that all said, I hope this video has enlightened you, it has shown you something new. And if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like, don't forget to leave a nice comment and subscribe to my channel. So as for the guy that needed help, I hope this has also helped you. If you have any other issues, just hit the comments and make sure you subscribe for more interesting content like this. Peace out.